Clears the field. Those two die, then that thing dies. And then we have to block with everything, and then that's fine. Oh, what the? Yo, say goodnight to my sweet prince. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. His dick is broken. Oh, why did you do that? To be fair, alright, I know this is like the billionth Rock Bear deck that I made, but listen, we got the triple factor here. Alright, so let me go, and I've been testing this deck, and it's really time to try it against the meta. As you guys know, I test my decks against AI, usually if I want to see if the concept works, and if it does work, I'll just throw it online and sacrifice my points, and then eventually we'll just put some super meta deck and it'll be fine. Anyway, we are... Listen, I can explain. All right, so we're running triple Zillion, double Zerath, and one off of Malphite. And yes, we got the Servitude of Desolation. This is my favorite landmark deck to run because of the Rock Bear Shepherd. He is just the funnest card ever. I know this is, I just have to keep making some of these decks. I'll go explore. I know there's the Black Flame, and there's more probably Void Gate stuff, and there's other stuff to try out. But I just fell in love with this guy. He's just so cool. So the only issue that I have with this deck is definitely board space. I definitely have a decent amount of stuff, but let me just tell you some of the combos because, you know, we might not see them ever. But Zillion leveled, just saying, Zillion level copies Malphite spell. I'm just saying. Malphite will 120,000% be level, but we don't need more than one of them because of the fact that he kind of doesn't do much. You don't need to draw him as much as how effective Zerath is with all the smaller landmarks kind of going away. I actually just snuck in one Endless Avowed in here, but we got the Dragon Roost. And sometimes Rock Bear Shepherd, I actually was thinking about not having him as a 3-of. I just have him as a 3-of to draw him more consistently. But sometimes he does clog the lane a little bit. And sometimes, even I've done this deck before, and he's nice and all, but I have to be willing to sacrifice him in some certain situations. And sometimes I lose against AI just because I'm like, I don't want to sacrifice my boy. But now I'm playing in rank, so I might have to make some pimp decisions. And shout outs to you guys with the post game. I know it's hindsight 2020, right? But still, sometimes when you guys point out my misplays, it actually is a little bit helpful for me to see stuff in a different light. So it's not that I'm malicious or something like that. Sometimes you guys are wrong. But it is sometimes it is nice to see, like, oh, you guys will see something, and I don't know if it's if you saw it as soon as I messed up, or you just looked at it a little bit harder when afterwards. But anywho, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. This deck is just, it flows. It just flows in the rain or in the snow. I got that funky flow, and now I really gotta go. Let's get these games in. Funny enough, I might keep this game in here just because that's like one of my favorite archetypes, honestly. I do like this curve. I can go 2, 3 into this, and then the Clockwork Creator, which I only have as a one-off, but I was thinking about maybe running more of them. But this card specifically, this deck specifically, is like one of the first decks that I like, not that I built, but I enjoyed the most with. Using the Ballistic Bots to like with the Puffcat Peddler out there, and just running an absolute muck on the meta. There it is. 3 damage. It was just, no, okay. I mean, my regions don't have ping. I mean, technically it does once Zillion gets out if he decides to show his ugly bug. But it's just very interesting to fight against this deck. And yes, I played it when Sejuani used to ping the, used to frostbite every single time you ping the Nexus. So yes, that's when I played it. So let's see here as well, so you can get some Super Saiyan, units out there. And what's cool is that on play, we level this up. It's a play effect, and then we also will have access to Rite of Passage to get another one. So he's going to need, okay. Obviously, I don't care if this thing dies. I've learned fighting against this and using it that it definitely is a timing thing. Like when you want to kill it. Like giving me 5 mana, I would say is not the craziest thing in the world. Now this, doing it this way doesn't give him a chance to react. But this deck runs freezes like out the ass, so I am highly assuming that he has freeze. But we're gonna make him run out, and then hopefully this deck does Like, he has to find the units that that thing comes out with. Still has enough mana for a freeze. Or Troll Chant. That's another thing that he has. If he puts anything in front of the Invarious, we just kind of get it for free. He's not going to. Sacrifices that. Is that a 2-drop? Does he have another one? I don't remember if that's a 2-drop. Alright, he's going in. He's going with the ping thing. That to me tells me maybe he has Sejuani actually in hand. Because of that, I'm going to actually do the Vox. I'm surprised I don't have any of my draw. And by the way, I didn't mention this in the deck tech. Oh, there he is. That this card, a lot of times I actually will, not a lot of times, but sometimes I will use it for the random landmark that has countdown. Because it specifically synergizes with Rock Bear, right? Because there's other cards that generate landmarks, but they don't generate like... They don't generate the ones that I want, pretty much. They'll generate ones that don't have countdowns, and it's not the best thing in the world. Alright, so he kills that off. I mean, I could easily save it. Easily saving my life. I think I only have this as a one-off, too. That saves me a lot of trouble there. I kind of want to do the predict here. And also, I know I get the other thing. There we go. Buried Sun Disc. The one-off. And I like that it's actually the one, even though I don't have a 0 in the deck, it's still the other one. And I can actually pop it if I want to. It's not going to really help me in this scenario because he's just going to attack with Teemo. He's not going to attack with the other ones because of I have this out. So he attacks with Teemo, gets his little damage in. I think he's done damage almost every round. Good for him. We get Zillion here. We'll have to test him, make him blow some mana here. With the double, triple, boom. See if he gives me anything. We get 2, I think, dragons from this. But I do want to pressure. So his Teemo's very important to him. That's great. This guy is really good to see, actually. Same thing with this, honestly. And this is where like these things kind of come into play. I could actually play some of these bigger cards off a turn. But I have no way to kill this. But we're going to put the Zillion out. Hopefully the prediction is really important. I kind of want to see what I get. I'm assuming that might mess up. I don't know if that auto draw is her if depending on the Starlit Seer. Sand Seer, another card that I didn't really explain. Sand Seer is really really good for this deck because of I do put landmarks with Zillion into the deck and things like that, so it's actually a really really good card. Going manaless, no spell, not banking any spell mana here. You already triggered Sejuani, I don't see the purpose of that. Cool thing about this, now that we do have the Infinite Mind Splitter, is that next turn, if he does drop out Sejuani on this turn, or obviously he can pull in Zillion, which I don't really care. I don't think he has lethal, but there goes Sejuani. From the savage cold. So you're gonna die. We're just gonna do this purely for draw. I want to see. Hopefully, I draw into a lamb. There it is. And sometimes I get really good. This card's really good in this style of deck. Teemo's going to attack as well. Doesn't push too much damage. It really doesn't matter what order you do it, bro. I promise that. And he attacks with this. Interesting. Sacrificing this will give me 9 mana. Blocking obviously with this will give me 2 more dragons. Fight for your lives. That's why he did that. I wasn't paying attention to the thing. So I actually blocked this correctly. I didn't throw my dragons in to get a random thing. That's actually gonna level up Malphite. I need the board space, so I don't want to do that. Like I said, we can just easily Mind Splitter both of these. Yep. Is there any card that he could potentially play here? Can I use my spell mana for anything? Not really. I'm just gonna do it. And you know what? I should have open attacked. That would have been a good one. Because there might be a better card that he might throw out. All in attack here. I could actually attack with this too. Not really though, because he could has another Sejuani. Another Sejuani would actually bear him out. Right now, I don't need to do anything because he can't attack with his 2 champions.
Success is planting your mushrooms.
Unless, you know what? I actually would, if he had another Teemo in hand, I would sacrifice the Teemo. See, he actually did. I would just kill the Teemo off. Kill the Teemo, then you actually get a Teemo that can attack. I don't understand the purpose of that. And this deck doesn't have self-sacrifice. It's not Shadow Owls. So, not exactly sure about that. Just to be mana positive, I'm going to create a random thing. It might give me something nice. It does not really. Alright, so these guys... Oh, give myself Challenger. That's pretty good. Starlit Seer. I think that he's just... The way he's playing is just awkward to me. Like, now you can't... Like, you have to get rid of them. You have to let them die, honestly, and then replay them. This thing is going to do it every round. So, I'm pretty safe here.
This'll take the chill off.
It most certainly will. Alright, so now we just have to draw into other things. I'm just going to start dropping my draw engines. Mystic Vortex is great in this deck because it does boost up cards, and a lot of my... I don't really have too many monsters outside of all the stuff created by the Voxes, but...
Our spoils will rival the War Mothers.
Hear that, Bristle? Varg offers a challenge.
Alright, drop this as well. Not much she can really do, honestly, outside of just watch me work. What's the biggest? This has the most attack. We all in attack next turn. His Sejuani spell can't even do anything. Actually, interesting though. If I do draw a Shroom, though, it does freeze up all my stuff, so that is a thing. I wonder if he's a Chad, a super mega Chad. He actually runs like a 1 or 2 of the Frostbite, the Winter's Breath, which would actually be a nice tech in here. Same thing with what the hell is that card? Frozen in Ice, Buried in Ice would be a nice tech into this deck as well. I think every Failure deck should technically have Buried in Ice. It's pretty much their Ruination. You don't have to run the It the Stairs, but I think that you should always run like the Buried in Ice. It's just a really good late game card that you can play on mana 6 if you bank mana for it, which is kind of nuts. All right, this guy's frozen. Let it go, let it go. I'm about to attack your ass. Let it go, let it go. There it is. I'm just doing that because next turn we'll get all the fun stuff. Those 2 guys get that. Maybe that was a bad idea. Hindsight thinking about it, because I drew more puff cats because of that, so that was kind of silly now that I think about it. Though Frostbite being, yeah, see, look at that strategy. Look at that strategy, ladies and gentlemen, completely planned. Don't even have to worry about Quietus. It's not even in this region.
This would be a good winter.
What's theirs is ours.
An auspicious season.
I feel like he's looking for Sejuani. He's looking for this. I say we pull in the Starlit Seer. And yeah, just pull in the Starlit Seer pretty much. This is a godsend against this deck. It's actually a little bit unfair.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
I heard about you.
He could super kill me so easily too. Actually, if he does, I do have the Solitude of Desolation here, so anything that does die here, I can actually bring back. That's why I actually like this card a lot. He can Mystic Shot. He could. There's so many options that he has to kill this off. And then we bring it back. I don't know if it comes back exactly like in this form. I think it just comes back in its regular form, so I won't have Challenger anymore. But still, really good. Oh! It is Big Papa. Double Big Papa.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
I mean, I could just lose the shrooms, honestly. That is definitely a thing. Unless I luck out, right? There is a possibility that I luck out and I get the one that heals me every time it slays. There it is. One shroom will do.
This would be a good
There's also could be an argument that maybe I should have killed off Sejuani. I just thought about that actually. Ah, Teemo would end the game. Now I'm assuming this one has its own like thing, pretty much. Like that it can trigger again is what I'm trying to say. I think we trade the whole board down, the best of my ability. Maybe even let these guys go free, and then just revive them all. I could do this as well, and it would boost this up a little bit. I think that might be a little bit better, because now we have 7, reduces this by a lot.
This one's on the house.
I can actually even fully block it as well. I don't know if it's smart to let this thing free, like him and Teemo. I don't know. He definitely boned on that other play. I'm actually curious though. Does it actually trigger again? Because it might trigger again, I have to do that actually. I'll let them free. And since I'm letting them free, I'm gonna block fully. Might have been a mistake, but I think the biggest mistake was not killing off Sejuani. She's the one that's causing me all the grief, and now I'm not strong enough to kill her. I actually am if I drop this, though. But that only kills off 1, and then I have to deal with Teemo attacking, right? Or I could Xerath and then try to ping them all down one by one. I think the misplay was definitely not killing the Sejuani when I had the chance. I keep it like she's the one that's actually quote unquote facilitating this.
Blessed by snow and spiders.
Oh boy.
This would be a good winter.
This is not a good winter.
Show them our teeth.
Rival the War Mothers.
Hear that, Bristle? Varg offers
We also
a
need to not draw a shroom for 1 turn, but I probably will. Exactly. I definitely think I threw that game like pretty hard. I super threw it. I got too cocky. Also, maybe the Servitude of Desolation might have been a... I don't know. There's a lot I didn't know. Like, I don't know if this would have kept the 2 things stunned if I sacrificed that card. Alright, so what do we got going on here? We have Nocturne at least. We have a decent hand here. So their deck is going to be very aggro. And that's the one thing I hate about, I absolutely cannot stand about playing against AI, is that there's so many aggro decks that the AI has. And it's like, if the meta is, I feel like maybe they should like, and you guys tell me, Do you think that maybe they should like adapt the decks that you play to the meta, or like something like that? A lot of the decks right now are relatively slow. Time Bomb would basically make me auto win. Ah, Sundis. Stop! It was a troll. Damn it, it was a troll. Jesus.
Time is winding like a watch.
I might be able to stabilize, but I also don't think that I'll be able to stabilize. I might even need to play this instead of the Rock Bear. It definitely depends on how if he develops here. Could even attack with Zillion here too.
Quickly.
Actually, I'm going to. He can sacrifice his 3/1 if he wants to make this. That's fine. All right, so it allows me to decide: do I need another Fearsome blocker, or could I actually develop the Rock Bear? I can develop the Rock Bear.
But a joyous one.
More hands make quick work.
This will overwhelm. Oh, okay. Not the greatest. Open attack here. We take some more damage, but it does let me set up a little though. I can actually. If I survive this turn, I think I just win though, because then this thing pops off. I have a Fearsome blocker. He doesn't kill me this turn. I do think that I put out Xerath. I might have to still block something that I don't want to block.
What now?
We take 9 damage. We're down to 6. Sacrificing Xerath here just seems silly. Zillion has no purpose at this point. I do think that I stabilize here. Like, he only has 3 cards in his hand. And I figured he had something like that. Wait, what? Excuse me? Why not boost more damage? This thing was already going to die to that. I think that was a misclick. Or maybe he just wants to hollow death. That's another thing. But I now have a Fearsome block. I have multiple Fearsome blockers. Now these things are going to... this thing dies. This thing dies. And then funny enough, all we have to do is just play like literally anything. It doesn't really matter. And then we just start pinging stuff off. We should be fine here. I'm gonna draw first, and then I'm gonna play the Endless Devout. Another Fearsome blocker.
Friends do make chores easier.
We'll be able to... That sucks. We'll be able to... I actually can pressure him here. If he wants to take a trade. Pressure him back a little bit. There we go. There we go. Why are you trading? Why are you trading? You could have used that... Like, he had 2 of them. Well, maybe he's trading because I don't have a Fearsome blocker at the moment, but... And then he just opens attacks, right? Luckily, I drew my 1-off of Quicksand. I have it literally as a 1-off, which is just hilarious to me. So... I think we just sacrifice the Rock Bear here, I think. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Alright, I'm gonna play that. That kills that off. We'll get... Now, what is he? I mean, he could be running, what is it? Decimate, I guess. It seems a little out of place with that deck, but... And once Time Bomb triggers, we have the super triggers for it as well. Alright, so we open attack here. -10. I don't think this deck recovers really. If he has Nocturne, is Nocturne leveled actually? Okay, he played the ephemeral version for some reason. Wanna see what I draw? Through another time bomb. I should have took that pass. There we go. There we go. Beautiful draw. We're back in the game. Xerath is leveled now. This deck has a lot of draw. Like more than I think people would give it credit for. Unless he just actually has the decimate. No, harrowing. Actually, this is gonna be hilarious because all your units are small. I feel so bad for you. Oh no, I feel bad for myself. Hold on. How could I do this properly? I needed that to be a time bomb. I actually don't feel like picking anything. I think picking anything kind of fucks me up. No. Whatever. Alright, I need this to be a time bomb. There it is. Alright, so these guys die. I think that we'll have enough. You're not a fearsome blocker, so you're kind of useless to me. Clears the field. Those two die, and then that thing dies. And then we have to block with everything, and then that's fine. Oh, what the? Yo, say goodnight to my freak prince. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. This dick is broken. Oh, why did you do that? To be fair, I made a mistake in the last match. He just threw in that match. Sometimes you're not thinking. Sometimes you're not thinking, man. It happens, bro. It happens. I think I win the first match too. Facts. Azir. Aatrox. Ashe. I actually do want to make an Ashe deck because I do think that it needs some love. It definitely needs some love. We actually have the Buried Sun Disc, and since I don't have a turn 1 play, I'm just gonna keep it because I just think it's funny. But oh, we might have. I mean, this deck should be slow, right? I actually think that Ashe, in all intents and purposes, should I'm cooking up something. I actually think that Ashe, in all intents and purposes, should be really good in the meta right now. Because of just the overall like freezing, and there's a lot of striking going on, and if you freeze a unit for like the turn, most of the time like there's not ways to like boost them up afterwards, right? Yes, I was really hoping that the Rock Bear would get a chime. I don't care, bro. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. This is going to be a big hit for him too. This Obliterate. He actually could have that the other card, right? Because they did lower it, the Shatter. There's a potential that he might have that, and it actually would kill me. Into the Darkened Harp. Okay, Darkened Harp is honestly the best equipment, in my opinion. We'll take 5 damage there. He gets a strike for his World Ender. Zillion off the top is beautiful to see right now. And the Rockfall Path is going to be really good too. He's going to have to definitely try to play around it the best he can. The Rockfall Path does not discriminate. Actually, take an Imagine Possibilities. We'll definitely play the Rockfall Path here. It will auto kill his Archer.
All the world on one arrow.
And then once we have it killed, right, we'll actually be able to manifest it, and then we put Ashe under duress. And it will actually eat up the thing. He might open attack though, as he should. But then again, most people aren't familiar with my deck, so I can also imagine him not doing that. God, that is a lot of damage. But Zillion has no real purpose here. Unless if I drew a whatchamacallit, then yes. But if I drew a time bomb, then yes, it'd be fine. Now we get to... I just want to get rid of the harp.
Friends do make chores easier.
Gone forever. We'll play this. I'm curious to what he'll do. Yeah, it's getting a little spooky, huh? We can obliterate the Ashe as well. I'm gonna draw first. I can kill her right now, and the weapon. She does nothing. I think she's scared. I think she's scared. Get another rock bear. Good to see. The cool thing about the Buried Sun Disc also is that it does draw me Xerath. It will draw him out of my deck for me. Him doing nothing is the same as me using this, right? So I'll just let Ashe die. Goodbye. And he blows 6 mana. I think what he has is that he didn't want to play Aatrox there. He hasn't auto drew Aatrox yet, but I assume that it's in his hand in some way, shape, or form. He actually plays that. Great. That's another way to get double Aatrox. Unless he gets Ashe. He gets another Ashe. That's the second one.
Nobody's pulling your tail while I'm around.
Apply some more pressure. 3. Okay, we're stacked up here. There goes the Aatrox. Gonna put that on it, but that will freeze this person. And then we do have Solitude. I could maybe get rid of that and then put the box out there. What are you gonna do? This gives me space. Now, what's really cool about the Solitude Desolation is it actually counts for the landmarks that are destroyed in that round as well. So we're really looking for Zillion, beautiful. Zillion is great to see. Time bomb.
Kaisa is depending on me.
I obviously could go with the other thing. Okay, there goes Aatrox. Buried Sun Disc is actually fucking me low key. God, the Sun Disc is actually fucking me a little bit. It actually is messing me up. It was a troll, but I actually would be cooking this guy right now. I'd actually have an extra space and everything. I feel like getting rid of it because I don't think that I'll be able to actually successfully count it down. And that will actually trigger one of these things.
Did I freeze time again? Oh dear.
So I feel like he has the I need the space.
More hands make quick work.
Oh, I should have imagined possibilities first. Both of these things would have popped. Wow. Now he doesn't actually have, that's interesting.
Change is inevitable.
That's very interesting, actually. I do assume he has the, he can put the Darkened Blade back on him to heal him. I don't, like, you're not an Aatrox deck, so I don't I don't necessarily get the point of he can't use the champion spell right now. He'll die. He would die. Okay. Now you put the spell on that. So he's playing to World Ender. There he is. Okay, I think he did. I think he might have messed up. I see what he was trying to do. He's trying to get Aatrox. He's trying to get the thralls in a certain position. This is what he wanted, pretty much. And those things are boosted by the thralls because they get that stat boost. Damn, if I had a, it sucks because this is the only time, like literally, I need another unit. If I had another unit here, I'd be fine. Because then I would trigger the Rockfall Path and it would obliterate Aatrox, and then I would just have to deal with this, which is not too bad. And most of the stuff that's died has been, and there's no way. I mean, if he gets greedy, maybe, but this is just 7 damage I'm looking at taking right now. Yeah, like nothing died really. We block that. We block. Oh no.
Yes?
That's 8 damage, right?
Just let them sleep.
Woo! That's a lot. But at least what you guys get to see though, provided he doesn't have another spell here. A card that you guys probably never get to see, which is actually the loveliness that is solitude. That's going to preserve everything that I had. I actually want to also play the Zillion here. I'll have 2 Zillions.
The way
Aatrox is dead. Aatrox is not dead. Actually, funny enough, if he played that, I actually wouldn't have had anything. He obviously didn't know that, but it's just really funny. I wouldn't have been able to.
What became of the Blessed Isles?
I wouldn't have been able to do anything about that.
Friends do make chores easier.
All right. He probably has strike spells out his ass. He's seen it. I don't think he's seen it. Oh, they both count as seeing it. That's funny. The Rock Bearer summoning means nothing to me. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, man. I'm going to have to pray that's an Ashe. Or else he's going to be able to clear out my whole board here. Of course. He's going to kill all the timekeepers. No! Zillion, defend yourself! Oh, man. Poor Zillion's about to die. They're all gonna die. No! No, not the bear! The bear, too? Oh, my. Such violence. I can't. There's too much violence. This one only costs 1. Oh well, we tried. At least if I leveled him, it would have been decent. Oh man. Like having the Rockfall Path, we bricked there a little. That's all. Of course, Aatrox wants to come out. Just keep in mind, the Aatrox deck comes out when I'm not using my deck to steal all this shit. I like your deck. Look at that. All right, it was funny, but I gotta take them out. I gotta take the Burning Sun disc out. The Buried Sun disc. I gotta take it out. It was funny, but it actually I feel like cost me a little bit there. And we'll just add another quicksand. I think that's fair. Hey, we got Evelyn, Kaisa. I wanted to definitely do another match. I definitely want to see if I can get that's a good hand. I want to see if I can get what's called to pop off. Actually, the rockfall path is gonna be terrible in this matchup, just because of it's gonna eat like husk instead of like actual units. Come on, Zillion. Wonder if he's playing the Void Gate. That is a terrible hand.
All paths lead me here.
Void Gate on 2. Void Gate on 2. 1, 2. Hey, we got Void Gate shenanigans. And I should have attacked. I'm an idiot. But, you know, that 1 damage won't matter. Hopefully. Alright, so this thing, I think we just go Dragon Roost. We could even pop it next turn with the time in the bottle. I could also just go, like, more, like, draw heavy to get what I want.
Gonna make a meal of them.
A Zillion dying is no problem. That 1 damage. That 1 damage. Okay. See what they... Probably not expecting the time in the bottle. You know what? Maybe I should have timed the bottle anyway. Regeneration. Definitely want to see that. That's a good one. For 2 mana, there's not much this deck can have, in my personal opinion. Outside of maybe like a Shapestone. Shapestone would actually get me pretty good here. Does not have it. We get a free dragon. Which is the Eclipse Dragon, which is kind of messed up, but... Kind of messed up. Let's see if we can draw some landmarks here. Might be able to just purely outvalue like whatever RNG that he might get.
If I can save a life, I must.
There you go. That does beat my guy, but
We perceive what others
Time Bomb into a Sentinel. Okay. Makes Halt's attack pretty good. Predict to see, and this is the same thing I did in my deck. You know, you got the predict, so now you can see is there something that has some of these keywords that you like. Solitude. And move Sentinel. I definitely need to empty out my hand a little bit here.
Seen tombs, towns, and everything in between.
Okay. Time element to time bomb is a good time. Malphite is here. Malphite is here. I'm in a full swing here. He's gonna lose. He loses these 2 units regardless, right? But I want to kill this off because I actually can't kill that. So, and he won't. I don't think he'll block with it if I don't full attack. I could be wrong, but next turn we could either Daybreak, which is the Daybreak aspect of this card seems stupid. I think I'd rather just play like Malphite, stun whatever he puts out. This thing is likely to have a spell shield based on the randomness of it. You know what I think this Void Gate deck needs though? I think it needs draw. You need to be able to get those units that you. That makes sense. I thought it would be a full trade. Okay. Wait, why would you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yo, sometimes people just make mistakes, bro. It happens. Maybe he thought a spell shield would cover it. It does not work like that, unfortunately. Can I use a 2 mana? I actually can.
The water stings good.
So there it is, the scout. Spell shield evolve. Like I said, as people were asking me, does it evolve count? Yes, it does. It absolutely does. We'll get rid of the spell shield. If he attacks with it, it's whatever.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
And this might be a proof to something, because when I first crafted this deck, someone asked me, wait, why didn't you put Steam in there? And I was like, he's a little too slow. I think he's too slow. I don't think I'll be able to use him. This guy was able to actually get him out, and now he's gonna die. He wants him to die because that's scout on basically 6 units right there. So, but is he going to be able to withstand? Did that clog my hand? Yeah, it does. All right. Definitely think we go this. He has Perseverium as well. I'm just hand dumping at the moment. I actually maybe should have attacked, but I want him to use this up and then maybe threaten this. I do have time in the bottle, so whatever card he plays, I can obliterate it. So I kind of like, you know what? I should just attack. If he passed it back to me, he probably thinks this is unit safe. He thinks his Kaisa is safe. Oh yeah, so we're going super spreader. All right, let's just take the 7 damage. I'll kill off your thing then if you don't want to do anything with it. I'll just kill it off. Alrighty then. Quick attack going spread out. This is the perfect deck for him too. Like this is just exactly what he'd like. But now you have to be concerned. So the Kaiser's dead. Imagine this, guys. That Kaisa immediately falls off a cliff. Like, it just, you see her, she actually got none of the keywords, funny enough. That she comes out and she just falls off a cliff. I'm pretty sure that you guys would ultimately like that. But then again, this is just base Kaisa. This is a nobody Kaisa. The unit that she plays, however, might be more important. But I actually can, don't I have? I don't have that. Okay, I lied. Oh well. She can't bring it back with the other thing either. Goodbye, Kaisa.
Nobody's pulling your tail while I'm around.
Goodbye. And I actually have quicksand, which counters Kaisa like really bad. You could literally quicksand the unit that she's trying to second skin, and then it's just over. And we have big Malphite. I asked for Malphite to come out, and I still think that Malphite actually is really strong. He's in most decks where you put him in, that you make the deck not like an idiot, he does work. So like he does what he's supposed to do, especially the play stun, stops an attack. He has a lot of defense. He's really hard to take out. Oh my god. I think he's broken. He might be broken, ladies and gentlemen. This thing's about to get a chime. Well, may not, but we get this thing again. A lot of pressure. Rider passes as well. And he surrenders. I don't, what happened here, buddy?
It is a good day to be Malphite.
Facts. This deck is phenomenal. I do think that it's harder to pilot. I think that it's not as, like even maybe, I'm thinking about maybe Blue Sentinel going down to maybe 2, and Curator actually would work a lot in a lot of cases. It's just that it's actually kind of hard to pilot. Some of the board spacing issues that I've had, and just overall, like just trying to recognize. I think if I played this deck more often, I do think that it has a lot of potential. The Sandseer is phenomenal. You saw that one match where I just got everything. And same thing with the Servitude of Desolation. The fact that it gets your landmarks as well is really strong. And like it says, I actually think that Servitude would work if they tried to destroy. I think it would even work if they tried to destroy your Sun Disc. Like if you put this in a Sun Disc deck, a pure Shurima deck, and then they destroy your Sun Disc, I do think that it would bring it back. I'm not exactly sure, but this card is just phenomenal. Like you can trade a whole board and then do that. I think maybe that's, I was a little bit too converted. I wanted to showcase that, but it's just a really good card. It's a really, really good card. I think that it's not used as much because of there's not much landmarks, but you guys know me. There's certain cards that I just keep in the back of my head that I know will be relevant later as they release more stuff. As more landmarks get introduced, I'll have better options. I like stuff like Dragon Roost is cool. You know, there's something. I actually had the six cost landmark in here as well, but it was just getting clogged in my hand. As you saw, sometimes my hand just gets clogged. But I definitely had the six drop landmark. Where the hell is it? Risen Altar. I definitely have Risen Altar in there. I could have even ran like Promising Future. That's another thing that I could have ran to double up, but then I would be double summoning units, and that seems nuts. That seems like a waste of time. And then I also thought about bringing in the Salt Spire. I also thought about this. The Hook was a decent option just to stall, but I don't need stalling really. I eventually get thinking, if anything, if what I need is like some type of healing or something. I don't know. You guys let me know. What should I add to the deck? You guys let me know in the comment section below. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.